Welcome, everybody.
Hey, all. It's Friday and it's noon. Had to check there apparently. That means it's time for Friday. No, it's time time for SketchUp Live. Wait, why don't you
Yeah.
just take over, Justin? I
All
appreciate
right. Yeah. I think we should just rewind the clocks a little bit and pretend like that. Yeah. Take a sip of coffee, gather your thoughts. And while you do that, I just want to say welcome, everybody. It is great that we're seeing the usual suspects in the chat here. We got folks from Montreal, from Winchester, Virginia, from a cloudy Denver. We're looking at you, Ty. We see you. Um, Alfredo says, Ola from Costa Rica, from Minnesota, from the UK. It's great to see everybody here. Thank you for spending your Friday with us. And yeah, this is going to be a fun one. We're modeling an old fire station in Wisconsin. The idea comes from Dave R. over at the SketchUp forum.
Who's
So
in the
thanks for
chat
that, Dave.
today. Dave is here with us.
That's right. We were desperate for content, so you came in just in the final moment, Dave. Thank you for saving the day.
That's right. All right, yeah, this is gonna be pretty straightforward. We're gonna hop in and start clicking. We're gonna work off of a couple of photos. The first one is the one that Dave put into the chat and shared there, and then Justin went out and scrubbed the old Google, and we got a couple more images to bring in. So, handful of reference images, not a match photo this time. There's not really a good photo that's kind of a 3/4 view, which is what you need for a match photo. But I think that's okay because I think this is going to be a fairly straightforward model from a picture kind of thing. So it's going to be a fun one. I think
It's going to be a blast.
Just go, right?
Like, yeah, I think you should just
more,
go
we
for
can
it.
Just start clicking.
Just dive right in.
All right. So I'm going to start with Dave's picture. I'm just going to drag it, drop it in here, and just double click to place it. Get that stood upright so we can take a look at what we got going on here. All right. So this is the firehouse. It's awesome. 2 hours. We're not going to get all the detail I would eventually want to put in here. There is some sweet erosion happening here. Hand-hewn bricks you can see in here. But yeah, let's start by getting the general shape in, and then maybe we can do some of this weathering through texture. I think we could do some kind of cool stuff. So that's my thought. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be good. So I'm going to grab a couple more images and bring them in real quick. Right here, I'll do another one.
Yeah, while you drag those in, I do think that's a good call out. Just trying to determine the level of detail that we're looking to accomplish here. 2 hours it can be a lot in SketchUp time, but it's not enough that you're going to be modeling every single brick and maybe even the fireman's pole that goes down from the top floor into the garage. So you got to be smart about this. We're going to model the general shape and play with textures.
It's going to be good. All right. So let me explain what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing here. So I feel like, this is actually kind of reminiscent of some models we've done before. We've done some older buildings that have this kind of turret thing going on. That's always a fun piece to model. We've also done another firehouse. We did the Ghostbusters firehouse a while back. So this is there's some pieces or geometries on here that are reminiscent of that too. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll start right here because I believe this looks like, from where I'm looking at it, based on the vanishing point, I can see this face and I can't see this face. So that tells me it's probably a hexagon octagon since there's 3 faces between. So it's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and then the other half we can't see. So I might start with that general shape. We'll work from that octagon there, and then this wall will kind of go this way. This wall will come back this way. You can see that we've got this nice side shot. So we can see there's not a lot of detail here, but it's enough to understand how the roof line goes, there's a little balcony here. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with that octagon. And I'm going to be modeling kind of arbitrary to start with. So we're going to start by just doing some massing, get some shapes in there. And then once we feel pretty good with the aspect ratio, the size of the different shapes, then we'll go in and start detailing. And at some point, we'll get it all to what we think is the right scale. We don't have a single measurement on here, but we can guess some stuff. Like I could say, Well, I don't even know where the front door is on here. Is there even a door on here? Oh, right there. It's in the, you can't see it hardly at all.
Yeah.
But we could figure out based on a window, what's the average window size. We'll figure it out. We'll find something to reference and we'll make something happen.
Yeah.
All right. With that, no, I haven't saved yet. All right. Let's start with the polygon. We're going to make this 8-sided. And like I was saying before, I'm just going to pull this out. I want to actually pull, I guess it doesn't really matter. I want to make sure that my polygon, my octagon, has the sides parallel to the green red axes. So I'm going to hit Option. That way I'm pulling the edge out rather than the corner. And I'm just going to pull that right there. Again, it's arbitrary. The size doesn't really matter. If I look around here, it looks like this wall, this back wall, continues off of this corner. So I'm just going to real quickly draw a line like that. That's representing this wall coming back this way. This way, it looks like we have at least this full face right here. See that right there? It's really hard to tell if that then goes back anymore or if that line just pulls straight off like this. I honestly don't know. I can't tell from either of these pictures if there is it's set back. It actually looks like, if I look at this one right here, it does look like this goes back at 45 and then connects right up with the facade on this wall. So I'm going to say that's correct. I'm going to say that's how it goes. And then this is going to come back this way. And yeah, so that's going to go back further. That's going to push back. Cool. That's a pretty good start. The rest just kind of models itself. Oh, that joke never gets old. So good. All right. So right now, this is probably the most important part. I want to try to push-pull this up so that I'm getting a good representation of this. So this is where I'm looking at how wide is this versus how tall is this. You can see it's taller than it is wide. So I want to come up at least enough so that it looks like it's stretching up. I think that looks pretty close. I think that looks like a pretty good aspect ratio right there. I like that. Awesome. This first floor is going to pull up to that same height right here. You can see that's where we got, come here, house. Oh, the houses were that easy to move. You can see where this pulls across right here. This is the same line. That's what we've got right now. You can see right here, about here is where this little deck kicks out. So I'm just going to, looks like that comes back. So about here, I don't know. I'll just pull it back. We'll just call it like that big. We can pull that more later.
Ish.
But that'll be.
Is there a reason why you're keeping everything ungrouped? Are you just loosely modeling right now and then you'll clean it up?
Exactly. Right now, I just want to kind of get a mass. So I could be grouping these as I go. Right now, it's more important to me to just kind of feel and not. When I start doing this modeling like this, what I don't like to have to do is to like stop modeling, double click, go in somewhere. I want to just pull faces, that kind of thing. I'm going to do this though. I'm going to hit Option push pull to pull this next section up because I want to maintain where this break is. This second floor, it looks like goes a little bit taller than the first floor. So you can see this looks bigger than this. And then I'll do the same thing here, Option and push pull that. Oops, Option pull that up to there. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm going to draw a rectangle right here. Pull this. Actually, this step on the side. Well, this goes back to about here. So we'll do, again, just kind of a, think about like that. Like that. And then, oops.
Oh,
I got rid of too much. It happens. It does happen.
Even to the pros. Nice. That's looking good.
So that gives me this. And it kind of looks like what happens is steps. I'm not going to put a lot of detail back here, but just to finish massing this, I'm just going to come across like this. Oops. Snapping's being weird. One moment.
While you're working on the massing there and clicking in and out of SketchUp, I'll share some history that I pulled up. So this is the first firehouse in Racine, Wisconsin, and it was built in 1895, designed by architect Orson Burlingame. And it served as Racine's fire station until 1968. So whopping 70 plus years. And then in 1981, it was designated a landmark. And it was built with a budget of $4,000. Can you believe that?
Holy cow.
$4,000.
Get out. That's just silliness right there. I don't even know how to respond to that. $4,000. I bet they spend that much on, I don't know, like hoses or chili.
Yeah. Chili. Just chili.
That's crazy.
The chili cook-off. Yeah.
All right. So just continuing this general shape. $4,000. I'm stuck on this. I gotta spend a second here. $4,000. I know that inflation happens, but it blows my mind to think that a building could be built for $4,000. That's just wow.
Yeah. Well, it's safe to say they didn't have air conditioning in there.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
But for $4,000, I wouldn't expect AC. So
that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So this octagon rises up, and then we have this little parapet kind of thing going on. And then from there on up, it's a circle. So you can see the circle rises up, gets wider, goes up, stuff happens. So let's look at how wide that circle is. It's kind of hard to tell exactly. We're doing a little bit of guesswork, but if I kind of come here and come straight down like this, from here.
Yeah, it looks just like slightly smaller than the width of the octagon.
Yeah, so I think if I was to do something kind of like what is good? I'm having some weirdness right now. Last time
Studio RT Cool says back then a loaf of bread was probably a penny or something. Yeah, you're probably right.
Probably true. There's back. All right, so
Randy says it looks old enough to have been built the day after we discovered fire. Keep the jokes coming, folks. We love it.
That's right.
Oh, that was a good way to inference the center of the.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when I was pulling lines down, it looked like these lines kind of lined up with two faces. So I did about that size. All right, now we're going to pull that up to about there. And then I'm going to offset. I know there's a decent amount of detail that I'm not messing with right now. And you know what? I think I'm going to pull this out to about here. That looks like that should be how that works. And then this thing goes up a decent amount.
Okay, so before you get too far in this, and you can take this feedback or you can just continue modeling. Keggy has said that she put a image in the forum which shows the octagon from a slightly different angle. And what we're seeing is that the octagon is slightly off the like front wall where the garage is a little bit.
It does come out a little bit this way?
Yeah, so I think you want to push that face back just slightly.
That's right, we got that. Check this out.
Yeah, that looks good. Nice.
Boom.
Look at that ungrouped geometry. You can just make quick changes like that.
It's funny because this is definitely one of those things we push on, right? Make sure group your geometry. We do kind of push that, and obviously there's good reason for it. But whoops. There is a time where it is kind of nice. My face is all flipped around here. I'm gonna have to peek inside here. There we go.
It's chaos.
There's definitely a time where it's nice to have your geometry just kind of loose and floating around like this, because you can go in and just move stuff. So I will end up grouping things in the very near future. Here we go. All right, now we're all outside.
Nice.
But yeah, I think this got come down a little bit. Grab just this and drop it vertically.
But yeah, I mean, especially when you're just referencing, a couple photos at different perspectives, they're all slightly warped. It's kind of nice to just be able to quickly adjust the model. Sometimes I feel like having a little bit too much intention going into like a loose design can only like cause roadblocks.
That's right. Got to relax and
gotta relax. Take it easy. We're having fun.
It's cool. All right. I'm still having some weird stuff with my inferencing. I'm just gonna close real quick. Save this thing. Sometimes, it's one of those times where you can fight something and try to work it out, or just get it fixed. And I have a feeling restarting SketchUp real quick is going to fix that. I've run into this problem before because I have kind of a probably not the best habit in that sometimes I won't restart. Like SketchUp will just be open on my computer for days, weeks. So I've heard that's not ideal and not the thing you're supposed to do. So it is possible that I'm causing my own heartache.
Yeah, possibly.
All right.
Bill says from the inflation calculator, $4,000 in 1895 equates to around 150,000 today. So still a whole firehouse for 150,000. I mean, there.
I'm still something's not right on this one. There's some magic happening with the calculations here.
Yeah, this is glued together. I mean, it's barely standing up.
Materials were donated or something. I'm just saying something's happening.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start bulking this thing out a little bit. So it looks like what we got here on both sides of this front wall is we got this little brick section that steps out of the wall. Right here to here, and then around here we got a brick ledge with some little buttresses. Were these qualify as buttresses?
I think so.
I just like to get the term buttress into a live stream if I can, if that's ever possible. So yeah, let's take a look at those two things. I think what I might do right now, this is where I always struggle with, do I just take this, make it a group, and then build on top of it with my geometry? Or do I actually take that solid piece that I already have and start carving into it and adding onto it? I struggle a little bit. And let me tell you my thought process on it. I want to do materials on here. I want to get some good looking photoreal materials, PBRs on here, dress this thing up, and then try to make it look like this with, rather than doing photo match and grabbing materials right off of here. I want to try to just do it with other materials that we can grab off 3 Warehouse or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a little bit easier to do that if these different material pieces are actually separate chunks.
Yeah, that's true. Also, look at you, the progress that you've made in the last couple of years. The first thing you're talking about is diving straight into materials. I mean, come on, a round of applause.
SketchUp can add new features. I can add new modeling workflows. It's possible. Old dogs are changing together. All right. Randy says he runs SketchUp for days also sometimes. So that makes me feel a little better. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, it's not the way to do it. It's not the way to do it. But it happens. Let's be realistic. Okay. So I'm going to start with this. Got this little guy right here coming down, and then I assume this one right here goes all the way up too. So I'm going to start with that just as some geometry. I'm going to come here, come over, like a foot. And then I'm going to come out, not a ton, but maybe like a couple inches. I'll say 3 inches. And I'll take this over here to here. Grab that. This one looks like it may actually be a little bit thinner than the other. Nah, it's just tucked back. So we're just going to take that, We'll just pull it all the way up to the top right now. Oops. There we go. And I'll just group each of those. And then what I can do right here for this section is I can actually come in here and we'll just put a new rectangle right here like this. And then I'm going to take this one right here, my main mass, and I'm going to put it on its own tag. So you'll see why I'm doing that in just one second. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to put that onto my massing tag. And then I'm going to create a couple scenes real quick.
Nice. We're already organizing. Maxine
It's,
asks, why or how are we going about figuring out the proportions of this thing? And Maxine, honestly, we don't have dimensions for this thing. We are just using those reference photos that are down there. And then our goal is to, figure out the width of a window or a brick or something and scale the whole model when the time is appropriate.
all right. I have two, mass on, mass off. Two scenes that all they do is toggle that. And I'm doing that because it's going to be easier as I'm in here drawing around and stuff to just go like this and click between the two of them. So what I want to do on this one, this is where we have this nice big door, which Justin pointed out is big, but it doesn't seem huge. It doesn't seem enormous. It doesn't.
Yeah. I kind of think that fire trucks back in the day were smaller. It's just a hunch.
That's fair. That's very fair.
And the old black and white photo that we used for the thumbnail of this shows some kind of horse-drawn carriage. So I'm just assuming, things were different back then.
That sounds fair. Yeah. All right. Something like that. And I'll push that in a little bit. All right. So here we are. We're at a point right now. We're at a point where we can look at stuff. And as we get more detail in here, we can start to think about the aspect ratio. So yeah, as the question was asked, how are we coming up with this? What are we doing? This is exactly it. So we're working off of a reference, no dimensions or anything like that. So we're kind of just working off of what we can see. So I can see once I did that, this should be much wider across here. So this whole thing we've created is too skinny like this. Which you can't necessarily see until you start to get more details in there. But once I do that, it's very apparent that this needs to get widened. I'm not sure about the octagon yet. I think the octagon we can work relative to, but this section I think needs to get wider. So I'm going to come into my mask real quick and I'm going to pull this out, kind of an arbitrary amount, and then come out here, grab this piece, slide it over, and I'm going to grab this piece. Let's see, how do I want to do this?
Yeah, I'm happy that you're catching this. We're already getting some feedback in the comments saying that the arch of the garage door is a little too tall. So good course correction here.
Nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks for keeping me honest. All right, so I'm going to go back to a square because what I don't want to do is I want to stretch that arch out. So I'm going to go back to a square real quick.
Yeah, good for you. I would have just taken the scale tool and just, stretched that thing. It's bad practice.
Oops, wrong one. There we go. Option. Try it out kind of like that. And then I'll just grab a circle, go straight down from the middle, bring it over like this. Take this top piece and slide straight up. Get rid of that. Get rid of these. That looks way closer. I made a mess though, because I had some stuff going on back here. I'm just gonna get rid of that. I should have pulled that back to flat before I started messing with it, but we got through it. It's okay. All right, let's see how this looks. Closer. It's still. I think I'm a little too tall at this point. So I'm going to grab this, drag that down vertically a little bit. There we go. That looks closer to what I'm shooting for. All right. I like that. That looks good. Let's turn our massing back on. Everything lines up with the mass at this point. Yes. Good. Okay. Mass off.
Yeah,
Like an
and
insult.
while you're ironing out the massing here, we've got a big discussion in the comments here about winning the Powerball and being able to afford this thing. So,
Ah.
yeah, apparently on Zillow you could buy this property for 163,000. So
A steal.
it's a steal. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to group this front wall, and then I'm going to make this like 3 inches by 4 inches. This little lip sticking out. That's going to work right now. I'm going to put that in its own group right this second.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be one way to spend a Powerball winning.
Yeah, buying an old fire station.
You're that much closer to being a Ghostbuster if you do, so that's cool.
Are you gonna draw the this part manually across the octagon, or are you gonna do like a
No,
follow
I'm going to
me?
try to drag a
Nice.
follow me. No, I'm out of context. It's not going to let me do it. Oh, so much work. Okay, not a big deal actually. I'm just going to copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. I'm going to hit Control C, come out of context, edit, paste in place, and then just do a follow me.
Do you need to weld those edges?
I shouldn't, because I don't actually want them. So I grab my path, weld, hit this face. Whatcha? Okay, so I should probably just turn my massing off real quick. Simplify. What?
Oh, what's going on there?
Things were happening, folks, in the dark. Sneakiness. Yeah, let's get to grab that again. All right, let's try that one more time. Follow me. Grab this square. It's just that simple. What? What is your deal?
No, I don't.
I don't think I
Where
have
is
a
that
face here
square? Is it
somewhere.
is it floating within the rectangle?
8th try's a charm.
Oh,
Boom,
there
nailed
we
it
go.
first try. All right,
Nice.
we're getting there.
That
All right,
looks good.
so yeah, let's grab all of that and make that to its own group.
And
Um,
for the viewer and also myself, I guess,
mhm.
why would you not weld those edges before doing the follow me?
um, yeah, I guess the way I tend to do follow me's is if there's a hard break like that, then I keep the edge separate.
Okay.
Because I want like this,
Yeah,
right? I
you
want
want
that
the edge.
line there where it breaks. If I had welded, I think it may have tried to smooth that edge.
Okay.
So that's just kind of my modeling workflow. Not to say it's the way to do it, but it is how I do it. So there.
All right. Fair enough.
I know you're not arguing with me. You're arguing. I'm not arguing.
Hey, you want to get into it? Let's go.
All right, I'm going to save. Um, so yeah, I copied that up on these other pieces. That actually goes around a whole lot more. So we can take this piece actually. I'm going to push it back a little bit. And I want to continue that path around the rest of this here building. There we go. So I'm going to grab all of that and say, follow me again with the end of this guy. Okay.
Oh man.
Let's see what's happening here. What your problem is? All right. Is it backwards? Nope, that's right. All right, let's try that again. Let's go do a big old group select, grab all that goodness, and then say follow me with you.
Nice.
I don't
There
know.
you go.
I don't know. Just being a troublemaker. That's what that was about.
It is really helpful though that you've created these two scenes where you can quickly toggle the massing on and off. That's nice.
I'm slowly learning tricks here. I mean, this is it's happening eventually.
Yeah, it's a
All right,
good
I'm gonna
one.
come into this. Come over 4 inches. And then we'll just pull this one back.
Patrick says, save, save, save.
Fine. Did. No, that was a good call. Good call. All right, on this corner, I don't have a picture of this side, so I'm going to assume based off of the rest of what we got here that I got something like, I'm going to assume that this corner, this piece turns the corner, and then we have the same lip going across the top there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come into this, and what are my dimensions here? 4. So I'm going to option extend this out 4. And then what do I do? A foot here? Yes. So I'm going to push pull that back 12 inches.
Nice.
There we go. That's on there. And then just one more of these rectangle here. 3x4. And then I'll just push pull that back like this. Triple click. Make that into a group. All right. Got some basic geometry in there now. We're looking good. Looking good.
Looking great.
All right. These, do we decide, is this a buttress? I'm making sure I'm not using the word incorrectly. I would hate to offend people.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Is Aaron offending you? What's the terminology?
7, 8, 10, 11. Good. Nice even number. 11 steppy things.
Yeah,
I don't know what to call them, guys.
We'll get the term. Buttress for now.
Buttress. All right, I'm going to buttress it. It's a buttress. I'm going to do another thing, too. I like this image. I'm going to put this in my watermark so it's always up in the corner so I don't have to run over here quite as often. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go back. I'm going to save. Because. We're going to go to Styles, Edit. I'm going to click the watermark button, plus. And I'm going to add this first one.
Okay, we have multiple people saying it's Corbels.
Corbel. All right, we'll do that.
Corbel.
Corbel.
Yeah.
Corbel. So I'm going to get a decent size. You know what? It's funny because I was just trying to resize this and I was like, oh, make sure I leave room for my head down here, forgetting that my head's now here and not over there anymore.
Yeah,
so I can go a little bit bigger than I normally do. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh,
nice.
Look at that reference. I don't want to get confused, so I'm going to delete that one. Oh, look at it all. It's all so referencey. So let's corbel this up. I'm going to find the middle. The midpoint's right here. I'm just going to draw a line just for my own reference. And then I'm going to go put a rectangle. Do my rectangle like, you know. Let's move this bottom part vertically because that was a little too big. And then I'll bring this out like this. And then I will take, whoop, get your head out of the wall. I'll grab this line right here and just kind of slide it back a little bit. Something like that.
What are you thinking? Right, are you going to make this a component?
Exactly.
Nice.
I do love the environments, but sometimes the shadowy color I get, I'm like, is that a back face or a front face? And it gets me. I need to change my default back face to an atrocious color. That should fix me up. All right, I'm going to make this a component. Corbel. Corbel? Is that right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's it.
I don't know. Sometimes stuff doesn't look right. All right, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to grab one option, come down to here, and say divide by 5. And that gives me all of them. U, T, same thing here. Grab this one. It's in the middle, so it should give me the exact same spacing down to here. Divide by 5. And there we go.
Nice.
That looks pretty good. I made it. The reason I made it a component is because I was worried it was going to be too big. So I come in here and I could resize as I need. But really, that looks pretty close to what's going on. So So I'm going to leave it. All right. So we got some more of these guys right here. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them under each side of our this. So here's what I need to do. It looks like they don't quite come to the corner. Just in from the corner.
Off.
So what I got to do is I got to figure out the spacing for them. So let's see. If I was to come here and come in, say, let's say 2 inches in. Again, we're not to scale, so I don't know what that actually ends up being. But so if that's 2 inches in, I'm going to option copy this one, bring it over here to 2 inches in, and then slide that up. And then over here on the other side, if I was to go 2 inches in, then I could take this one, option copy that over to that point and say divide by 3, and it'll give me those 4.
Yeah, that works. Pretty good. All
right, now I'm going to grab these 3. I'm going to make these into a group. They're components that'll be repeated, so there's no point in really. I'll stick that right here, and then we'll rotate here back to here. Again, grab this one, option copy here, rotate.
Hey, you could also flip.
Oh yeah.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Hold on. I can flip it. All right. If I bring a line out like that, I should be able to flip along that. So if I grab this and I flip, no, here's what I have to do. I have to go here, option, and drag that over to that midpoint.
Boom. Nice. Look at that.
And then I think I want one right here. So I'm going to give me my 2-inch reference. I'm going to grab, say, this one. Just going to put right there, and then we'll rotate it. So there's some stuff I could have done with this Corbel. I could have gone back and redefined the component. So I had a placement point. I could have made it glue to, so this would snap in automatically. There's some things I could have done. I didn't do any of them. But
next time.
There's honestly, so if this was a component that's going to get used a whole lot more, it would definitely be worth spending a little more time on it. Because I'm kind of done. I'll probably copy the ones up here. Look even different, so I don't know that I'm done. I'm going to be using them anymore. Like these ones up here, they don't look like they're the same. So yeah. So I won't spend any more time on them, but I could have. That's something I could have done, but I did not. So there's that. All right. I like this. I'm going to save this. Let's see. If I turn my mask off right now, where we got? All right. We're there. We're that far. Cool. Let's turn back on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go steal a couple faces. These are faces that I think, actually back it up. Beep, beep. All right, I just want these faces right here. I'm going to copy them out of the masking. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to edit, paste in place, and then make that into a new group. That, I don't want to do a ton of work on these windows. I know in the past I've done windows and spent like significant amount of time just getting the window geometry in there. I don't want to mess with that this time. So I think initially I'm just going to offset. I'm just going to grab rectangles and push them in, and then worry about the brickwork. And then if we have time, maybe we'll go grab something off the warehouse and stretch it to fit or something like that. But right now, I just want to find out where those rectangles are and get them inset. We'll work from there. So I'm going to start on the front window because it's facing me. It's going to be the easiest one to do. I'm going to say offset. Come into this context. Offset this. And I'm just going to offset it so the sides are right. Not worried about the top and bottom. Look like relative to the window. Something like that. I'll take this bottom one, and that's going to come up about twice as high. I'll take this top one, and it's going to come way down here.
Nice. Yeah. When you're done with the windows here, Keggy sends you a loving reminder that the top of the octagon flares out a little bit before it becomes, the circular
It does. It
cylinder.
certainly does.
Thank you for that, Keggy.
All right, so here I'm going to pull this one out a touch. And I'm going to push this in like 3 inches, something like that. All right, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab all of that. I'm going to make a component.
Nice. Yeah, save time in the future. Why not? Vincent says the tower is actually a hose tower where the hoses would be hung to dry. That's a fun fact. That's good.
That is cool.
Here I was this whole time thinking it was like, like a castle lookout to see if people were invading the town.
Fire! There we go. And then we'll take both of these. I could use flip, but I'm going to take both of them at the same time. And I'm going to move them from here, option, to right here. Rotate.
Nice.
Boom. There we go.
Cool.
All right, and that's our lower level. Well, okay, we got one other thing we got to do. If we look at this, it does look like we got little bump outs here at the corners. All right, so let's do that. Let's do just exactly that. Across here, 12. How big is that? That'll work.
Bit of a sidebar question here, but Maxime asks if you like to use the shortcut buttons on your Space Mouse.
I do. I actually use them quite a bit. Maybe I need to reboot my computer because my display on my Space Mouse doesn't show me what my buttons are right now. It just says Space Mouse Enterprise. So, little advertising, little billboard. Let me unplug and plug it back in, see what happens.
Wouldn't be a live stream without minor tech issues.
Oh, and then my face stopped moving.
Yeah, I think you're.
Hey, what does this gesture mean in your country? Whoop! No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right.
Now it looks like I'm modeling.
Get him, Justin. Oop, wrong camera.
We're back.
Yeah, I'm not sure why unplugging and plugging my Space Mouse made my webcam go away, but it did. So that's kind of fun.
What type of shortcuts do you like to map to your Space Mouse?
So I have a handful. I've mentioned this before. I have a handful actually mapped to my mouse itself. So my mouse has this little thumb button right here that I can put my thumb on, and when I do that, I can actually. So I'm gonna do it real quick. Push down. When I push just push the button. See, it says space. So that's putting it into select. If I push down and then slide my mouse up, I go into move. Push it in, slide down. I have push pull. Right is rectangle. Left is rotate. So I actually have those 5 commands mapped to my mouse. I also have on my mouse these 2 little buttons right here that I have mapped to line and erase. So those are my 7 most commonly used commands. So I, generally speaking, will use those a lot, and they happen, like I said, they happen right on my mouse. So that's pretty quick and easy. The other ones I end up with mapped over to my Space Mouse are ones that go beyond that I use regularly but not as often. So that's let's see, what do we got here? Save. Save's on a shortcut on there. Who knew?
Oh, what else? The paint bucket tool, because you're so into materials now.
No, but you're right. Let's see. I have show hidden, which is kind of nice. So as you're modeling, if I want to see the hidden lines show up, I don't know if I actually have much hidden lines in this. No, nothing. Oh, here, round. So I can toggle that on and off real quick. What else we got? Undo, redo. I have hide rest of model.
Nice.
Yeah, follow me, offset, and 3-point arc.
You should put paste and place on there too. I feel like I use that all the time.
That is definitely one that deserves a spot. Actually, I think I might have show hidden on here twice, so that's probably worth optimizing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on my other camera. My other camera, I don't know why. I guess it's because I have things running through a hub. When I plugged my, there we go. I'm back over here. Hold on one sec. One moment, please.
Yeah. Apologize to everybody
See,
for the nostrils.
I trimmed. We're good. All right, let's see if I can get that to come back. Huh. One moment. I had this. I did this before, where for whatever reason, it took a second for Restream, which is the software we use to stream our.
Yeah, I think you just need to bend down the whole time.
I'll just kneel on the ground. No, my camera's back up. It's just not being seen as a viable camera yet. It goes to show, like, no matter how much you prep and everything's running fine, there's always a potential chaos ready to show up. All right, well, I'm just going to keep going, and then once it shows up here, I'll tip this back a little more.
There you go. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, once it shows up, I'll give it a second or two to refresh, or I don't really know. I don't know how this stuff works.
All right, so back to the Corbels. Right.
Yeah. So I was just going to get a little bit of detail in here. Get these things, these little guys right here, over there. Grab both of them, slide them up to here.
Yeah, I think Donovan insinuates that you were just trying to show off your shirt.
It is a pretty sweet shirt, so that could be. What now? Still not there. Huh. What if I switch to this one? That did it. That made it show up. All right. Woo! I'm tired now. We did it. We're back. Okay, let's keep modeling. Yeah, so I got these little pieces here. I'm assuming there's some kind. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to grab this face. And there is like a trim piece here where the brick turns red. So I got to think about that as I do this. So maybe I'll just break all of these all the way along here like that. And then I'll grab these three. You know, I'll put this on there too. And I will copy. Control-C. Mass off. Edit, paste in place. Drops those in there, and then we'll just group those. And then for the top section, I'm not gonna copy it. I'm just gonna draw them real quick because it's pretty quick to go click. And then click. Maybe another click, and then a click, and then ooh, right there, click. Wait, no, that's part. I don't want that. Delete that. All right, so make that into a separate group. All right, so this is just gonna, again, all of this is preparation for when I come in and start texturing. I'm going to come on here. It looks like I have a little bit of a railing here. So we'll come back, I don't know, a couple inches. And again, I'm not to scale. So when I say a couple inches, it really doesn't mean anything. It's just a value, something like that. It doesn't look like this is OSHA approved railing height based on this being a door. But
yeah, that looks like an ankle height railing.
Yeah, it's like a tripping hazard more than anything.
Yeah, true.
It does look like it has maybe a bar or a lip on top of it, but yeah, it's not. It's certainly not.
Maybe there's some stairs that come down from the door that you can't see.
Yeah. All right, but I'm gonna leave that for right now. That's as far as I'm gonna go on the detail on this side right now. I'm gonna go hop back in here. I'm gonna grab these these walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Copy them, come out, turn my massing off, edit, paste in place, and make it a new group.
Nice.
I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to grab this again. Oop. Come in here.
Or what if you
This.
grab one of those components, make them unique, and then, stretch the top?
I could do that. I could actually, yeah, if we just wipe out all of that. We'll keep the sidewall right here because it will be different. Get rid of all these walls on the bottom. And yeah, I could just
Patrick
grab.
says, looking forward to the texturing of old bricks. Yeah, we've been hyping up the texturing a lot. That's going to be the brunt of this live stream. So no pressure, Aaron.
Sweet. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, so like Justin said, I'm going to copy this up here, but I don't want to just leave it I don't want to like stretch it or anything. I want to make it its own thing. It looks pretty similar. Looks like maybe a little bit higher up here than down here. Oh
Might
yeah, 'cause it's
actually
got
be
all this is still on top of it.
it might be the same height actually if you like consider the taper.
Yeah. So, but since I got that like that, I'm just going to bring this. I made it unique, and now when I bring it up, that means it's not going to mess with these ones down here.
Nice.
So there we go. All right, I'm just going to move them over the same way I moved the last ones over. Grab this. Oh, nope. Come in here. Grab this. Option copy to here. Rotate to here. Grab both of these. Option copy to here. Rotate to here. And then I need to do one more because this comes around to the other side. So again, option copy to here. Rotate. Give me a vertical. There we go.
I like that this is an exercise of basically just, building the outside facade. Like none of these walls have thicknesses. It's all just flat planes. I mean, I can
Yeah.
see how this thing was built with $4,000 back in the day, like it's barely.
Yeah, there's obviously some talent happening here at some point because there's brickwork on here that yeah, it rocks. So all right, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna grab this and copy it, and then we're gonna come all the way out, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Slide it over. It looks like so the window aligns with my door here. And I'll make a copy of that option. Bring that over so it aligns on this side. So I'm just looking at the heights. They look like they're the same window. So that looks like it should be good. The rest of these come around. It's got a window. Yep. Looks pretty good. And now I'm just going to take both of these and I'm going to explode them. And then I'm just going to kind of just clean this all up real quick. Just grab these lines. Moving lines, I feel like, is an underrated thing in SketchUp. People want to use an extension or something like that to do that kind of work.
Just move it.
Just move it. Move it.
Keep in mind that the bottom right door on the octagon, or the window is a door. So I think you could just make that component unique too, and just drop the window down to the floor.
These two sides are not going to get any detail, so I'm just going to kind of put those in their own group. We might infer detail based off of this side, but I'm really working on this view. All right, I am going to put a ceiling on this right at this height, and I'm just going to do that by tracing around. I could probably grab some lines from inside the mass to do this, or maybe grab that ceiling plane, but it's such a quick little click around to just do this.
Yeah, sometimes selecting all the lines takes the exact same amount of time as just redrawing it.
It really does. Too true. All right. So there we go. We got everything. Oops.
Oh,
those weren't where they were supposed to be. Hold on. Bring this way. I snapped to something incorrect. First mistake ever, guys. You saw it live here.
First and only.
So when you have a face like this that's perforated, what you got to do is just kind of connect up all your pieces so that SketchUp finds stuff to close. Oh, it found the wrong thing there. I'm trying to force it to make a face. That's good. All right, yeah, I've gotten to the point where at this point I'm doing more work to close this up than if I just redrawn it at this point. Yeah, so let's just draw a couple more rectangles. Rectangles. That was fun. Whoops, nope, not that.
Nice quick fix there. That looks good.
All right, there we go. All right. All right, so there we go. So we got the foundational, the bottom part of the firehouse is in. We are lacking some detail up here. We got to get this kind of step gradation type of thing going all the way around the building. We need some more stuff here, and then of course we need our tower. I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. If I look at these bricks, so these I'm assuming are standard height bricks. They come up, and then these steps I assume are standard height bricks as well. So rather than come and build this geometry now, I think I'm going to scale it now so that that is a brick high. If that makes sense. So I think I'll do that by bringing in a brick texture that I want to use. So I'm going to put a standard brick texture on. My color window. Here, let's go look at our brick. And that's not it. I'm not really worried about what the brick itself, like the colors or anything. What I'm really looking for is like the texture and the size of the pieces. That looks pretty close. Let's check this one out. Ooh, that's better. It's dark red, but we can recolor to yellow for most of this. But I like that texture. That texture is awesome. We're going with that.
Nice.
All right, so I just put this in as a standard size. So if I look at one of these bricks, these are not standard dimensions. 7, about maybe 2 inches tall.
Yeah, the standard size of 1 13/16.
I would buy that. Yeah. So what that means is we got to find something on here now that we would want to scale to that. So here's what I'm thinking. If I look at this, we have, whoa, easy now. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8, 9. So if I come down about there, so I'm gonna say 2 inches because I want mortar in there too. So I'm gonna say 2 inches per brick. That means this dimension from here should be 18. So to scale this whole model, what I want to do is grab this and say from here to here is 18 inches. Yes, rescale it all. So you can see how it got smaller there. Now, I'm going to grab, actually I probably should I'm just going to do this. No, I'm not worried about it. I just want to do one. Okay, I'm going to draw a line up like this. I'm going to divide this line. I'm doing it in the middle here rather than on the edge just so you can see it. And I want to divide that into 9 segments. And then I can put this line across here. Actually, we don't even need the rest of this. I just need one. And then I can take that, option copy up to here. Do that 7 more times. So there's our step. That's these steps right here. This one right here is the same. So now what we got to do is figure out how far they all come out. So this one, I'm gonna make this. They're just edges right now. I'm gonna make them into faces. So if I come out all the way like this with this one, that means this line now has to divide into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to grab this, divide this into 7 faces, pull up my first one to that first snap point. The second one's going to come out to that second snap point. Third one's going to come out to the about stopping at that for the next one.
Yeah, we have some folks asking because they tuned in late to have you restart the entire stream. Sorry, folks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ask you to come back tomorrow or in about 2 hours, and we can do that for you. Oops, something wasn't right there. Oh. Somebody came out too far. Or maybe not. Hold on. Or did I not divide it into enough? 9/16ths? 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 They all seem to be the same. All right. That's cool. I'm just going to grab these. In case you haven't noticed, these are all... This building's old.
Well, I think the top
I'm not trying
two bricks
to make fun. But
are the top
it's an
two
old
bricks. They're aligned with each other, right?
Yeah, the top two, if we look, you can see right there. Hold on, let's jump back to this image we can zoom in on. The top two courses, see, they're the same right there.
Yeah.
All right, so what that does, what all that work I just did gave me was this face right here. And that's really all I'm concerned with. So I don't really care about anything else. Like anything. I'm a total nihilist. I don't even care. This is all we really wanted. Because now what we can do is we can say, we're going to take that, and that's going to start over here, come to here, come to here. Actually, we should do that. Make that a group. And I'll move that. It's right there. I actually can't see how it goes there, so I'm going to assume, I'm actually going to assume that it goes flat like that, and that just dies up under here. Okay, so then I got here to here. Again, I could go into one of my groups and copy. Actually, I'd have to go into the massing because this piece is its own component, so I can't actually pull that out of there. Come to here.
Ooh, this is going to be the world's most satisfying follow me.
This will be a good one. All right, so this piece actually has to come out and around this. That. Got my head stuck in my model. Let's hide the rest of the model real quick. All right. No, we go like this and then turn back on. No, we can't. All right, there it is. All I need to do is get a line right there so I can break that and have it return. This is 1 foot and 13/16, obviously.
Yeah, the 13/16 is, becoming the standard for this building.
Like they used to build in the old days. All right. Really not that important, actually. Just spend a lot of time on that, and it really does not matter that much. So I'm going to pull this out. Option. 13/16, and then pull this face 12, and then same thing down here. I should have put my pictures on their own layer so I could turn them off easy when they get in my way like that, but I forgot to do that. All right, that's enough. That's enough of that. Cool. I am going to have to go back here and fix this because this, if we look right here, this actually steps out this little brick ledge. So we'll have to fix that in a second. Right now, though, I'm going to continue on with drawing my path for my follow me. So that's going to come across here. It's going to hit here, out to here, to here, to here, to here.
Oh, the anticipation.
To here, to here. I'm so bored of clicking. I'm just kidding. Good
You
stuff.
can never be.
Back to here. Probably not. Probably not. All right. And then that's going to come back to here. All right.
Nice.
So if I grab all of that, there's my follow me path. A little bit of preparation. Big deal. So now what I can do is, this is in a group, so I'm going to right click. Or actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to triple click to get all those edges. I'm going to say follow me. Right click on my group. Edit group.
Oh.
Broke my brain for a second there. And click here. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. All right. Let's grab this again. I'm going to X copy. I'm going to come in here, edit, paste in place. Should have a shortcut on that for sure. All right, and then we're going to hide the rest of the model so we can look at that. That path looks pretty good to me. Let's try this again.
Here we go. Drum roll.
Follow me.
Oof. Nice. That's
Love
awesome.
it. Okay.
Could you imagine doing that without follow me? How long that would take?
No, I can't imagine.
You'd be
that.
here for days.
All right. So like I said, the one thing we got to clean up here is this piece right here needs to come out. So I'm going to double click into this. I'm going to turn my everything else back on. I'm just going to cut up here. Cut up here. Pull this out to here. Pull this out to here. Same thing over here. Pull that up to there. Pull that up to there. You know, for $4,000, I'm just going to say these masons went above and beyond, because this is pretty slick looking. All right. So other details we got on here. All right. So I'm going to give myself 24 more minutes to model, and then I want to reserve a good chunk of time for materials. So let's hop on this turret up here. Is that the right one? Is that the right width? Nope. Okay. Let's turn my massing back on, and I'm going to grab this piece right here, this piece, and this piece. Copy that. Come out here, get rid of my mass, edit, paste in place. All right, and that gives us this. All right, so if I look at this, I'm going to do this one a little bit differently, I think. Because as I look up here, let me look at this closer. So I got a little bit of a ridge here, comes back in. It looks like it stepped right there. Okay, so I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to take this, close off the top, push this down to, what is this? Oh, that's what I was just looking at. Okay, that's that little section right there. So this goes from here to the top of those windows. I'm going to do an offset of like an inch. And we'll pull that up 2 inches. And then we'll come back with the inside shape. That goes up like that. Offset's another inch. And that goes up, oops, to, I'm going to go up to the high height of about there. Offset this in like, I don't know, like 3 inches. We'll pull that down to just above this point. So like there. So this has these steps all around there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I don't know how many pieces, how many times that happens, but I'm just going to use the breaks in the circle to my advantage on this. And I'm going to grab one of those, and then I'm just going to go move that now from here to here, 11x. That's going to give me those. And then what I can do is I can just drop one of these, say exactly that far, and just double click around to get those details.
Nice.
All right, should probably say that. And just like that, we have a rook for our chess piece. I do, so when I look at these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to figure out how many of these there are on here. Because I think what I could do, show me this. I'm going to start with a rectangle that sits within one of these pieces. I'm going to do another one over here. Maybe I'll go right in the middle like this. Something like that, perhaps. And same thing over here. I'll draw this across, and it snaps. It's smart enough to kind of figure out what I'm trying to do, and it snaps there. And then put this one up like this. That's too big.
Yeah. I'm curious where you're going to go with this.
Me too. I can't wait to see what happens. All right, so I'm going to go with something more. You know what? No, it's like it's somewhere in between. It's just like it just goes over a little bit like that, maybe. All right, that's where I'm going to make my window. Okay. Okay, that's my window. That's my window. All right, and now I'm going to take these three pieces and I'm going to move a copy like that. I could use some joint push pull stuff or some other magic extension, but watch me do this in real time. No extensions needed. Listen to me brag, and I haven't even done it yet. All right, I'm going to grab all of this, make it into a group. I'm going to grab by the corner, scoot it back into here, come into this group, get rid of this surface, and there we go. We got a window tucked in.
Nice.
Now I could take, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that plus this, and this, and make it into a group. And get rid of all the rest of this stuff. All right, I'll take that. I'll rotate that again off the center. I'm going to say move it from this corner to this corner. Next? I don't know. That was too many, I think.
Nice quick math there. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Totally wrong, but that's going to look good. All right, so that's not perfect. They actually should be a little bit smaller, but again, in the interest of having a finished model rather than...
Yeah, we're here for the texturing.
That's right. That's what this is all about. All right, so I got more corbelling happening. So I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to copy it from the center. Put that right there.
Nice.
Slide it back. Yeah. And then same thing. Oh, I should probably make that into a group and then make that into a group. I'll grab this. Rotate again. I just use the top here to get the center of the sphere. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go from one corner like this, option to the next, 23 times, and that should give me corbels all around. Or yeah, corbel, right? That's the word. Corbel. Awesome. All right, what other details I want to get in here real quick? We got some stuff over here happening. I'm going to start with a corbel, even though this is going to change. We're going to start with this. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Because let's see, how many of these do we have? I got to zoom in on my zoomable picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Huh.
Nice.
And then look above here. So we have this piece, then we have, this is our ledge. It's a different color, so I should probably break this apart. And then we have this little Tetris piece right here. So okay, this is separate already. Perfect. And then I'll grab this. Option copy that down to here. Divide by 10. That'll give me my 11 pieces. And then what I can do is come right here, draw a thing that goes up, and a thing that goes over. Something like there. The L. And then just copy that to here. 10x. That goes across to there. All right. We're getting there.
Looks like a little tower on the right side there.
Yeah, they got this little. Seems very impractical. I mean, look at that. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll borrow the
fire hose somewhere.
we'll borrow our little face off of here. I think it looks like it might be the same. Well, no, actually it's smaller, but we'll still use the same. So what do we got here? We got we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we'll just grab this, Control C, and then over here, I'm gonna make a little tower right here that goes just higher than this. And then we'll paste this here, but we only want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, get rid of this business back here. Grab that. Follow me with this. And I don't know what's going on with this. This high side, low side silliness. But well, I'll just do this. So
Patrick says it's a fire chimney, in case you're wondering.
It is. Why is it cut in half like that? Why does half go up high and half of it come down low? I just models it. I don't designs it.
Yeah, we don't ask questions here.
All right, I'm gonna offset that like that down. Nice. All right, there we go. That's cool. That's that thing. All right, almost there. The only other details I want to get in here. Let's get our door in here. Let's get a door in here. Let's get a door in here, and windows in the round parts, and then some doo-wops right here. All right. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make, trying to save myself some time. Grab this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to draw a line across there. All right, there we go. Take this. And this looks like, on these, do we have... I can't tell what that is. I think they go in and out rather than up and down. They're all the same height. That goes back and forth.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a ledge that's above the octagon.
And this steps out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this up like this. I'm going to divide this into push back out, back out, back out. That many. Take that. And then offset this way just a little bit, like that. And I only actually need, only need this much of this, so that we'll get rid of. That we'll get rid of. That goes away, that goes away, that goes away. This goes up, this goes up. Goes away. That goes away.
Yeah, there's always one part of the stream where you're kind of like stuck in the details.
Yeah. But I should only have to do this once. Then push this one back, this one back, this one back. I think that's what's going on here. And I'm going to
Yeah.
grab all of that and make it into a component. We're going to call this an octorail. Grab that option, copy right here, rotate from here to here. And same thing I did downstairs. Grab 2 of them, option right here, rotate from here to here.
Nice.
And grab one more. All right, and then we'll take that octorail and we'll make a straight version. Right here, I'm just going to make this simple. I'm going to go trace this shape right here, this L. Pull that up to this height. Come over here like this. And then I'll draw a square right here to figure, I don't know what that number is. Come over to here. There we go. And then I'll just pull that up to here. Pull that up to here. Pull that up to here. Get rid of all this stuff. Whoops! Too much.
Whoa.
Sometimes I like erasing and shouldn't be what I'm doing. Oh, happened again. So something's not getting.
Oh.
Missing.
Yeah, missing a
here.
face down there.
Where's your face?
Oh no. Oh yeah. There you go.
Speaking of missing faces, I bet that segue's never happened before. I went last night and saw the remake of Toxic Avenger with Peter Dinklage.
Nice.
Oh man,
What'd you
that was
think?
a good time. That was fun.
That's
I don't
pretty.
know if anybody here remembers the original, but that was something. That was a good time. So yeah, I would highly recommend it if you ever watched the original. If you didn't, maybe save yourself a little bit of trauma.
Yeah, do you basically go and see like all of the movies that come out these days?
Pretty close. I mean,
Okay.
when you don't have to pay to go, the standard for a good enough movie to justify going drops.
And you, when you say don't have to pay to go, you're insinuating that you have some kind of pass and that you're not sneaking into the movie theaters?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son and I have a unlimited pass, so we can see as many movies we want every month. So
Yeah. That's pretty
we
sweet.
used to be like, I don't know if it's not like Avengers or Star Wars. I don't know if it's worth seeing, but now it's like, might be good. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, my partner is dead set on watching Freakier Friday, so we're gonna be seeing that this weekend.
All right, good times. All right, put this into a group again. Oops, wrong one. I guess that's actually been very well reviewed. Like people really like it, and especially if you are a fan of the classic, apparently, or the original. That's a very welcome sequel.
Yeah, we did watch the original the other day, which was made in the early 2000s, and it just, it seems like such an innocent time. Everybody had, phones that like look clunky, and people had
Yeah, that
highlights in
sounds
their
right.
hair, and yeah, it was a different time.
That's very cool. All right. Again, since I only give myself another couple of minutes, I'm not gonna detail out these bricks right this second. Let's get our circle window in here and some doors, and then move on to the next.
Nice.
So for this, I'm gonna come in, draw a liner across here, put a circle right here, drag that out. This will be the larger circle, that big, smaller circle there. Actually, I don't need this. I just need this. Push, pull that back like that. Make that into a group.
In case you needed some encouragement, J-Lo says this is coming along great.
Thanks. Put 3 of those in. Beauty. You know what? I think I was gonna intersect this, but I think I'm just gonna do something like that and leave it.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, if we ever do a live stream about castles, I feel like you got that figured out.
I think I've done a castle or two on here, but I think that'd be kind of a fun one to. Yeah, it's pretty much what we're doing. I mean, that's basically what this is. All right, I'm gonna take this one.
A chessboard in the future. Does that sound fun or like a pain?
No, that sounds great. We've done it before. I think it'd be fun to do like a full chess set on a live stream. I'm gonna make this particular one unique, and to do a door, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because all I'm gonna do is just drop that to the ground and call that done.
Yeah.
Kind of same thing over here. I think I'm gonna keep this kind of simple. I'm gonna offset this like that. I'll put a line here in the middle, and then maybe do something like an offset on that. And then it looks like we got some breaks across here, across here. And then I'm just going to push that in.
Yeah, we're not even gonna attempt the decoration on the top of the garage there.
No, we'll let that be. All right. So there we go. So enough that we can see some detail. But again, this is one of those where I'm like, ooh, that door would be really cool to find a close-up picture of, and we could spend 2 hours on that. So that's when I have to pause myself. I have to say, self, it's cool. Let it go. I don't always listen to me. All right, let me look at the side here. You know what? It looks like we got the exact same windows here. So I'm just going to grab that geometry out of here. Copy that. I'm going to come in here, paste it. I'm going to get the same vertical height right here. Horizontally, move it so it's centered. There we go. Copy that. And then where else we got one over here? Sorry about say exactly right there. Vertically, line it up again. All right, and now I should be able to grab both of these, copy, come into context here, paste that. All right, vertically. So you'll notice that that didn't cut into the face like the other ones did. That's because I was moving 2 at the same time. If I had just moved 1 over, that would have actually cut through the same way that these did. But because I was cutting 2, it just didn't break that. So I'm going to have to come in here manually, draw a line across like that, delete that, draw a line across here like this. Delete that. Do I have any other windows? Oh, one more. So I'll just, since I'm in the same group, just grab that. From the bottom here to about there. And then let's come back into this one. I'll grab this window. Again, grab it from the bottom. That way my heights will be the same. And then I can just pull that down like that.
Nice.
All right, there we go. Got doors in there. All right. I think we're there. I think that's the level of detail I want to go to, and I want to start texturing this thing.
Save.
Looks pretty good. All right. Good call. Good call. I like that. All right. Now to do the part that I don't know how I'm going to do. We'll start right here.
Yeah, we've
And
been
I'm going to
hyping it
start
up
with,
this whole stream.
it's
Now the
been
moment
fun
is
to talk
here.
about.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can color correct this material. So I'm going to come back to my home. This is the material I got in there. So if I double click on it, I can come over here to the color wheel. We can try just lightening it up. Obviously that's not the right color. But I think if you look at this material over here, when it hits the light, it's very yellowy and almost like a little bit of green in there almost. So rather than leaning towards the red, we're gonna come on the other side of yellow and start going just, like I said, just a teeniest touch of green. But let's see, try some darker, try some lighter. I think actually I can go like, oh, this is such a small circle to move this cursor along.
Yeah, you go from something believable to clown house very quickly.
Yeah, it does not take long. All right, so right about there actually doesn't look
Nice.
too bad. Darken it just a bit. You see my roughness is all the way up. I can play with that a little bit too if I want. Let's look at this material. A little bit bumpier by bringing my normal up. Yeah, it looks good. I think just a little darker maybe. That's a little. These go a little more towards white again. Oh, so close.
Game of inches.
Oh, inches. I'm moving millimeters here. I'm moving pixels.
Sure.
Oh, I had one. Okay. All right, that's going to work for now.
Yeah.
All right. And because I was actually editing a color, it actually changed that. So here's my sample that I started working off of. It changed that as well. So that moved along with it, which is kind of cool because then I don't have to worry about, copying that over and bringing it over again.
Yeah.
I'm not really using this. I'm going to cover this up with my colors. All right, so that's that whole face. That looks good. We're going to take that same material. That's going to be most of this wall. It's going to be the top of this turret, and it's going to go all the way up to here. So we got that in our paint bucket. I'm going to come in here. And again, these are components. So I'm going to come in here, paint that. Whoop.
Cool. And yeah, while you're painting that, Tamara has a good question here. I am new to SketchUp. What is being used on the left? Is it a drawing pad? And I think she's referencing the watermarked photo that you have there. So yeah, you can set up watermarks in your image or in your model so that you always have an image present either in the foreground or in the background of your model. And it's super helpful for cases like this because you can orbit around the model, texture to your heart's content, and you always have that reference photo there, so it's pretty helpful.
Yes. If you go to our YouTube page, I don't know where you're watching from, but if you go to YouTube, you can actually find plenty of videos on that. We've talked about that quite a bit.
Oh, actually,
right,
never mind. I misunderstood. She was asking about your space mouse. It is a space mouse.
Oh, yeah. Both true things. Both things you could take away. All right. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to position some textures around a little bit. I'm going to bring this down like that. I'm going to position this one and bring it back up. There we go. Now this seems like a pain, but if I do this once for one side, I can use it on all sides.
Yeah, it's smart modeling right there.
So I try. SMRT. Okay. Almost there. All right, cool. So now, saying we only do it once because now I can go grab this one and put it. Oops.
Oh.
Get in there. There we go. Grab that, put it there, put it here, and we can just chase this around all these pieces like this.
Nice.
And for that matter, I think we can probably, well, no, not there. So let's start at the bottom. Because then we'll come here, grab this, chase this around.
like we joked earlier, there wouldn't be a part of this stream without a little bit of monotonous modeling.
It's just unfortunately so true. I was thinking about this, I could probably come up with like a parallel view and do a very small selection to try to slice out exactly the faces and then paint them all. But I have a feeling it would not be worth the amount of work.
JLo, they ask about whether or not you use the buttons on the Space Mouse. And yeah, that we addressed that a little earlier in the stream. And yes, Aaron likes to map a couple of his favorite shortcuts, soon to be paste in place, to the Space Mouse.
I feel like I'm being ridiculed. Paste in place. I kind of feel like saying etc., 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 but I feel like at this point I'm so close. I just got to keep going. Just got to click through the pain. I'm cramping. I'm clicking. Yeah, so we'll get this on here. We'll throw this on the turret, and then we need to get some bigger brick, like some redstone, sandstone kind of brick thing going on, because we got some big pieces. So we might have to go to 3D Warehouse to actually grab those. But let's see. We'll see what we got with the install. It's kind of cool because the install of 2025 has some really nice materials in there. This is the introduction of these PBR materials and really good ones in there. But if you go up on a 3D Warehouse, there's just even more. There's a ton of good materials up there. So we'll see. We'll do this yellow brick road thing here, and then we'll find some nice red material for the rest of the details on this building. Almost there. Just about done. Oh, I missed one. All right, click around this one, and then we'll hop up and slap it on the tower.
Nice.
How are you liking? I know you were addressing the fact that I'm finally putting materials on thanks to 2025. How are you enjoying 2025 materials, Justin? Justin is a big modeler as well.
Yeah.
Some of the awesomest stuff's come out of SketchUp, I'd say. Probably got some because of Justin.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. It's really cool because I come from the world of in the past modeling a lot in SketchUp, and then using something like V-Ray, and then Photoshop, and just spending endless amounts of time texturing buildings and making them look nice. And now you can just get the shot straight out of SketchUp, and it looks just perfect right off the bat. So it saves a lot of time too, because with the V-Ray approach that I was mentioning earlier, that's great. But as soon as the client or the marketing team at SketchUp or anybody else wants a model change, that is a whole new V-Ray render, and that is a lot of time, a lot of CPU usage. So it's really nice to just be able to pull everything out of SketchUp, and also adjusting the materials is really nice. The way that they kind of interact with the environments is really nice. And yeah, I think it's been an awesome change.
That is very nice. I guess I did not make this component. Cool. There's not that many of them. Fortunately, I made the windows too small, so that's a big win for me.
JLo asks, why are you not just selecting everything within the model and just painting the texture once?
So these things right here, I actually adjusted each level so the bricks lined up with the geometry. So I had to do that separate. These are actual individual groups, so I have to go into each one to put it in. Same with this up here. Is all of this from here up? Who's gonna get that? So any place I have different materials, I'm just making sure that I'm conscious of that and put the correct material in there. That is a good question. That's a thing that sounds very tempting to do, just slap stuff on there and be done with it, but it can cause issues, especially when you're using something like brick, which has a very specific, like wood has a grain, that kind of thing. Wood, or bricks have the courses, so you gotta be very intentional about some of that kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna go in and try to find something like this big brick. I know that there's some detailed brickwork like around here. They kind of did this vault out of brick, got the headstone and all that stuff. I'm just gonna try to find a good matching material. If I go into my defaults and I go to my brick, I don't have anything that really looks a whole lot like this. Nothing big aligned bricks. I could possibly use one of these larger brick shapes. I was actually looking at, not that one. This, oh no, maybe it was that one. So maybe I could actually take that and blow it up and just grab these chunks between and have them match that, but I don't like that. That's messy. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna go into 3D Warehouse. I'm gonna go up here. We're gonna go to SketchUp Libraries. We're gonna click on Materials. And I'm gonna look for, actually, here. Let's go to Brick. See what I get for that. Some 2D stuff. Here we go. Those look kind of nice. That might work. I might be able to change the color on that one a little bit. Those are nice big, but they're too clean. I like, those are too uniform. Yeah, I think I'm going with my first one, which was these guys right. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this one right here. So I'm gonna go in here, download it. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work just fine, I think. I'm gonna make it work. All right, so I'm gonna start on this piece right here. I'm gonna put it in. When you bring in a material from 3D Warehouse, it loads it into your bucket, paint bucket automatically, so it's ready to be applied. All right, so it looks good. I mean, the color's not too far. I'll lighten it up a little bit, but I want to make it align so like this, it looks like one brick's going across this whole thing. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna hit texture, I'm gonna hit position, and I'm gonna right click and get my fixed pins in here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna stretch this out this way so that one brick fills that whole thing. All right, that's my first thing I'm gonna do. And now I get it. That's not what it shows here. These are much smaller bricks. These are huge bricks. We're gonna fix that right now. If I can do this, yeah, I'm just gonna squash this down this way.
Nice.
There we go. All right, so again, I'm going to sample that. Oops. Sample that material. Come in here, and I think maybe we can just brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, actually, looks pretty good. All right, and now I'm going to take that and put it on the different sides. Oh, you know what? Here's the issue I'm gonna run into right now, is that I distorted it on this one piece, but it's still the same material. So what I might have to do is, here, I probably should do this piece right here. Make a nice big piece of this, like that. And now I'm going to texture and position on this. Scoot over. All right. Texture, position. Let's scale this up again. I'm gonna squash it down. Like that. and then I'm going to take this piece right here and make that into a unique texture. So that's going to show up on its own little spot over here. And that is the material now that I'm going to go sample and fill here, fill here, fill here, come in here, fill here. Come in here, hit that, come in here. There we go. We got that mostly in there. Like I said, this is not the best, but it'll work. It'll work for now. We can fine tune it. We can come in here when you do create that new material. A lot of times I gotta come back in, turn my roughness back on. I don't have a normal map in here anymore. Down. I lost that. The other thing I might want to do is to get some. These are components. So one of the things I might do long term is break them out of being components at this point since the modeling's done, and just shift each one over a little bit. Because right now the bricks all match. So not ideal, but all right. For these corbels, I'm going to try using the same material on here. Oh, that worked pretty well. All right, that looks pretty good. Well, let's try these headers. If I come in here and grab this section at the top, come into context, grab just that section. Man, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think I'm going to make another new texture. I'm going to just make a rectangle on the ground, grab my original texture and put it on there. I'm the same thing. I'm going to say position this texture, blow it up, get nice and big. So like one brick fills that page right there, like that. There we go. And then, ooh, it's ugly, but it'll be okay because I'm only using a slice of that. I'm going to say make that into a unique texture, and then that will be just my raw brick texture that I'll use. So I'm going to come into this.
Nice. Yeah, I've just been responding to comments here. I haven't been watching you do your magic here, but this is looking really nice.
It's
You're almost
coming
done.
along.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Go all the way across there. Here we go. It's getting there. It is getting there.
Yeah, this was mentioned earlier in the thread, but I feel like we need to take a real moment to appreciate the amount of work that went into laying all these bricks. I mean, for $4,000 too. It's
for about $1 a day. Somebody did all these bricks.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive. Nowadays, tell you what, you don't find brickwork like this.
Oh,
too much. Erased. Too much. All right. I always forget about this. That you got to hit around the windows there. There we go. And same thing over here, unfortunately. Grab this. That's the kind of stuff that really shows too. At least to me, when I look at a model and I see that little, inside the window didn't get painted, that screams at me like a fire alarm,
Yeah. Code red.
Right, so there's a couple more. Oh, we're almost there. This is actually turned out pretty cool. All right, so we got a couple more pieces. Grab this and apply that to this whole thing. This whole thing. Come into each of these and do this real quick. Whoops.
Ooh.
Misclicked. All right. there's all of our windows up here. This section right up here, that brick color. These guys, which for some reason I still did not make components, even though I copied them twice. I did not make them components.
I was going to say something earlier, but I was like, I've been calling you out too much. I need to calm down a little bit here.
He must have a plan. Oh, all right. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm just going to get rid of all these pieces. I'm going to make this into a component. And then, all right, and then I need a good color for my. I'm just gonna put this dark black into windows. All right, and then we'll take that and come up here, find the center, go from this corner to this corner 7 times. There we go. Right, and then I'll come into these and same thing. Put that black in there. Oh, 10 minutes left. So close. Right. Oops. Any more? Oh, a couple more windows. These ones
It looks
aren't
like for the garage door, you can probably just use the sample tool to get that red.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Nice.
All right. Almost there. Almost there. A couple more things up here. I feel like I really need to close that, but nope. Focus. Up here, let's see. We're going to start this all with that bricky texture. Around to here. Oops, why is that not grouped? I don't think this is grouped either.
Whoa. All right, get that in there like that, and then every other one that's pushed back I want to make a little bit darker. So what I'll do is grab this texture. I will make it a unique texture, which will show up as another new one. I don't know, 300 by 300. And then we'll take that and just come in here. Oops, come in here and just make it a little bit darker. I think you want to go in and, oh yeah, no, you got it. Never mind.
Wait, nope, that didn't work. Try it again. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'll just come around, clicking those. There we go. All right, these ones over here are just a very dark color. They're almost black, but we're just gonna go black. And then these pieces right down here are currently components same as these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of these. So I'll grab all 11 of these and click Make Unique. Then I can go into one of them, color them black, and they all get that same black treatment. All right, last piece. Actually, I'm going to take this one, make it unique. So I can cut this off here at the end. Oops. There we go. And then this piece up here, probably what I would want to do. Gray color on the roof there. Darker than that, though. All right. What I'd probably want to do here is, again, same thing I did on the other side, which is one side at a time. Just position this
Yeah. Yeah, your commitment to the small details is admirable.
I can't edit the texture and almost have some hidden geometry. No. Huh. Wouldn't let me remove this texture. Maybe it's because it says I'm done. I'm done. How about that? All right. So
A sign from the universe. Transom reminds you
right.
to save, by the way.
Yes. Saved. All right, there we go. I'm gonna call that pretty good. Looking pretty good. I mean, it's we didn't match exactly, but we came in pretty close. Not bad for the amount of time we
Keggy
spent.
says you painted the group, not the geometry within the group.
Ah, Keggy got me.
Good call,
Yes,
Keggy.
what should have happened is I should have double clicked in here and then grabbed everything and painted it.
Yeah.
I don't know how this I accidentally grabbed this into this. Cut that. Edit. Paste in place. And then put. Yeah, I was cutting corners a little bit, and I was yeah, so now I should be able to come in here and I could texture position this one.
There you go.
That lined up like that. And then I could do that for each of these courses that need it. I'd say not all of them need it. Position.
Yeah.
And since there's less sides, this should go fairly quick to apply.
I'm pretty impressed. I mean, usually I feel like, we intend to do a 2-hour live stream, but, because you're so quick and proficient at modeling, sometimes we have to cut it short, but this time we went the whole way.
Yeah. We finished a full 2-hour stream, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I think this was cool. Like I do appreciate how you just created like a quick massing model and then were able to reference that geometry as you were kind of doing your final model. Like,
yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys too. Is that about how you'd go about it? Because I mean, I guess a lot of people don't have to go model a thing that already exists the way I often do, but I'm always curious how close to reality some of the stuff I make up is. But no, I'm just kidding. That's actually, I think, how a lot of people go about that. But yeah, tell me about it.
It's a good approach though, because I mean, I was wondering if you were going to group things early on, but I mean, I think the value of like kind of having like a loose sketch in 3D like that is that you can so quickly, just move things around, which is helpful when you're just referencing a single image. And you start to like get into the design and realize what's working and what doesn't work. So
yeah,
not bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now we're in
I gotta poke and prod just a little bit. We gotta up this ambient inclusion. That's looking good. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll leave it.
You got to turn the shadow on and call it good.
Shadows on here.
Ooh, moody. That looks awesome. Actually. And yeah, I still feel like it's a little too small, just like based on the fact that you're the height of the garage door. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. That's but yeah, I agree with that. It seems not quite right. Oh, I can't move me out by selecting me like that. Ow!
Wow,
but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
No, I think that looks great. We do have folks in the comments actually telling us to stop. So, I mean,
all right, we'll call it. But I just gonna lighten up the lines.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
There we go. All right, now we're done. Now no more touching. All right, awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. This was a fun one. Time flew by. I really like that.
Yeah, you got a little
No,
something going on back there.
probably just quit. Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
All right.
just
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. That was a ton of fun. Yeah, and thank you, Dave. I don't know if Dave's still stuck around to the bitter end here, but thank you, Dave, for suggesting that. We do take all suggestions. We don't model everything suggested, but if you suggest something in a comment here, in a comment on the recorded video, in a forum, we do put it on a list. So, like I said, we don't get to everything, but we do listen to you guys because our goal here is to make content that you want to see. So, if you have ideas for models, if you think that this would be a cool thing to try to model in 2 hours, wait, let me rephrase that. If you can think of a model that could have justice done modeling it in 2 hours, let us know.
yeah.
That's not a challenge to see what the grossest, craziest, most disgusting model you've ever seen can get done in that time or not. But if you have ideas, let us know because this is a lot of fun and we like doing stuff that you guys want to see. So, yeah. Anything else we got, Justin? Or
I don't think so. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yeah, Dave hopped out about halfway through the stream, but I did thank him repeatedly, and I did drop the forum link in the chat. And like Aaron said, drop ideas in there. We're always looking for new things to model, and we appreciate you guys spending your Friday with us, and we hope that you have a wonderful weekend.
absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time.
See you guys.